of my childhood made me think about all of my daughter's inheritance and my nieces too. And I thought, well, not only can I give them these things, but I can also give them my memories and my stories and the wisdom that Mom would have shared. And I think that it is so important to realize the value of the words of our elders and taking the best of that and really trying to learn from it and learn from the past.
You say that above all your mother was a storyteller. Tell us the story of your mother, Ann Dunham, and the relationship that now that she is no longer here, what relationship you are forging as your family together to remember that, beyond the book, but how you keep her in your family.
Well, we conjure her at every turn, I think, in the decisions that we make, our choices, the things that we emphasize, our priorities, as you know, in my brother's case as a leader, and in my case as an educator. I think that she was remarkable because she took the script that she was handed and those expectations, and she manipulated it and changed it and added to it and rewrote it, right? So I sort of think of her whole life as an extraordinary story of courage, that she was able to sort of carve her own path, and that's a brave thing to do.
Absolutely. And you teach at a university, so you obviously know how you sort of give these difficult lessons and sometimes scary lessons, explaining to a child why someone's no longer with us. And the way that you do it in the book is this, as you call it, the ladder to the moon, so they can meet, you know, and it was so cute. You talk about drinking moon dew out of little silver cups. I mean, how did your daughters respond to the way that this book was written so they could learn about their grandmother and not be scared?
Right. The idea is that we can, in a safe way, talk about loss and about suffering and about tragedy. And interestingly, you mentioned the drinking of moon dew from silver teacups. That is our daughter's favorite, Suhaila, our eldest daughter's, her favorite part of the book. And she perhaps is thinking of her own tea sets, and probably your children have them too.
Right.
And this idea of forming a ritual, hosting it, having conversation around a table and over tea and being, you know, sort of grown up and proper was very appealing to her. So she loves the scene with the teacup. But I think the idea in the book is that we can help our children through opening up new dialogues that are inspired by the book about what it means to grow up, to grow strong, to help others, to really engage in the world, and to think about not only our inheritance, but what it is that we're going to do with that, and what it is that our grandparents would have wanted for us in a better world.
It's also sort of a celebration of multiculturalism, and that's something, interestingly, in this country that sometimes is seen as a very negative multicultural. In fact, your brother can be attacked for it sometimes. What do you think about the atmosphere of multiculturalism in this country, and what you want to know about inclusiveness, and what do you want to project, I guess, with this book to children?
Well, it's a tremendously diverse country, and what I want us to realize is that our stories and our lives are intertwined, and when we act, we impact not only our immediate surroundings and family, but a broader family and community. And let's make sure that our actions have positive impacts, and that we are, you know, building things and working towards something better together.
And as present as you know, just seeing what he goes through, and you grew up with him, seeing, I mean, it's obviously not easy to be president, but when you have, you know, ridiculous claims like the latest questioning of where your brother was born and questioning about whether he was really born in Hawaii, what do you think when you hear this debate sort of going down to that level?
I think that we should focus not only on the truth, which is that he was in fact born in the United States, and that has been publicly verified and supported by many sources, and you know, is something that is in the newspapers, his birth announcement, not long after his birth. But in addition to sort of focusing on the truth of things and the rightness of things, I think we ought to focus on sort of our own potential to do great good and our positive contributions rather than sort of focusing on the negative.
All right. Well, your book certainly is great. It's very, very beautifully illustrated and written.
Thank
so congratulations
you so
on that.
much.
And it was great to have you with us this morning. Thanks so
been
much.
a pleasure.
Barry
Thank you so
Soetoro-ng.
much.
The book is called Ladder to the Moon, and the illustrations are by Yuyi Morales. They're beautiful.
Juji, isn't she magical?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being